Hi, it's Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube again. Chelsea, stressful, tough one, but then got the job done. I mean, it's a kind of game that you didn't expect to go like this, but then there you have it. Job gotten done. That's a very important goal from Raheem Sterling in the first half, helped to get to the point where they got to. But then really, what is the tactical masterclass that led to Mauricio Pochettino and his team getting the all-important points in this game? It's important. That's exactly why you're here. But just before we get into it, we are going to have the tactical masterclass, the tactical brain behind Chelsea getting the job done at the Turf Moor. It's the 1v1 press of Vincent Kompany's Burnley side, and then Chelsea using Enzo Fernandez in deep areas, and then the job of Moises Caicedo. But really, it's the outright 1v1 dribbling of your man Raheem Sterling, the ball carrying and then dribbling to pull two players into himself, cutting, and then leading to that Chelsea's first goal. But then just before we get into that, make sure you do like and subscribe to this channel, and make sure you turn on the notification button. When you turn on, do choose all. Well, welcome back again. Like we said, Chelsea have gotten the job done. Brilliant job as it stands now. But really, just one tactical display got a job done for Mauricio Pochettino and his men. So Chelsea went into this game in a 4-2-3-1. And like every other game in recent times, Chelsea tends to play the two pivots in Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo, whilst Conor Gallagher plays as a box-crashing midfielder. Now, this time, I think that the most important thing was, yes, dropping Mihailo Modric onto the bench and playing Raheem Sterling at right wing. I've said several times that Raheem Sterling's strength at right wing is goals. If you play him at right wing, it means that he's able to cut in and cut onto his favorite foot and then unleash a lot of shots. On the left-hand side, he wants to dribble, he wants to take on, he wants to cut back. But on the right-hand side, he was brilliant. First of all, let's see that goal, taking on two Burnley players. First of all, it's the, like you see in the video that's being shown, it's the reception, wide reception from wide areas, receiving of the ball, and then making sure that he carries the ball forward by taking on two players. First, it was an outright 1v1 threat. Then it became a 2v1. Immediately, he was in a 2v1 threat. He was able to hold that play and then sent a short cross, whatever, took a ricochet of the Burnley player, and then the goal did go in as 1-1. And you could tell Chelsea were a little bit lethargic in the opening numbers of the game because Burnley got the goal and then they were rocked in terms of the confidence level of the Chelsea players. But then they had to settle down. Moises Caicedo was brilliant in central areas, making sure that he sprays the pass. In fact, in the first half, he had the best number of recoveries in the middle third for both teams, 5 out of 5. Whilst Enzo Fernandez had the most progressive passes, 18 out of 22 attempted in the first half for Chelsea. So it told you exactly how Chelsea were playing. My only problem in the first half was my man Thiago Silva and how he played. He was not good enough. There are lots of the times this season where I felt Thiago Silva doesn't want to go into into tackles. He moves away from tackles. He's a little bit scared of cards and what's not, and accumulated cards, and then he fails to do the job right. And the first goal, I think it comes from him. Burnley have done the same thing that we expected them to do. A 1v1 press across the field of play, pushing higher up top, and then pressing a lot more centrally with their wingers, and then making sure that they use their fullbacks to come and press the opposing fullbacks. If you realize that in most games that Chelsea have played prior to this, Levi Cole has been an outlet from wide areas where Robert Sanchez will send the balls to them for him to receive and then carry forward. In this game, however, he has not been able to get the balls as much as he would want to because Burnley are pressing him very well from those wide areas. And that was a bigger problem that Chelsea was having in the first half, and all of those things that they were getting. Again, Chelsea returns to the second half. Just a quick change because, of course, Armando Broja, who hasn't been exactly what Chelsea wants him to be. And Mauricio Pochettino also felt that with Nicolas Jackson, he could occupy much more spaces and then pull away a lot of centre-backs. Yes, because of Broja's also recovery from his injury, there was a need for him to sit out and play just 45 minutes. There was no need to overload him. Broja goes out and then comes in. Nicolas Jackson comes in, and then Raheem Sterling again, the 1v1 threat from outright, pick up the ball, runs at players, and then commits a player into making a foul, and then Chelsea gets a penalty for the second ball. But that's cool, calm, collected for Cole Palmer. No problem for Cole Palmer, however, actually, because I've told you several times that he has that La Pulsa with him. He's the one that controls the tempo of the Chelsea game. He's the one that calms it down. He's the one that plays forward. He's the one that controls the tempo of the Chelsea attack, knows when to push forward, knows when to sit back, knows when to carry forward, knows exactly when to occupy the left and right half spaces, or even stay wide and allow a fullback in Mark Kukurea to come. Yes, Kukurea had a shaky first half in terms of the tackles that he failed to win in those balls. But really, you could sense how good of a player that he is because he was able to go into the game. So generally, Chelsea played very well. It's an all-important point for Mauricio Pochettino and his charges. You know that at this point in the season where right after the international break, they need to get a lot of confidence because there's Arsenal on the horizon. There's Manchester City, there's Tottenham Hotspur, there's Brentford, and then of course, there's Brighton and Hove Albion again on the horizon. These are tough games that Chelsea need to start picking up the points in there for them. One of the other good things actually, however, is the fact that they were able to bring up themselves and score the equalizer in the first half. Chelsea, proud to or hither to this, were a little bit lackluster and lethargic in terms of how they played in games like this. So it has been brilliant. The 4-2-3-1 at the base seems to be very good in terms of progression, very good balance on and off the ball. Conor Gallagher has been brilliant in terms of leading the press up top, charging the players forward with his aggression and his athleticism and his combativeness, pushing up to go and lead the press up top, and then making sure that Moises Caicedo and Enzo Fernandez will follow suit. I know we'll talk about Enzo Fernandez's issues when it comes to his goal scoring. Anytime he gets into the final third, he doesn't have that ball striking ability like Conor Gallagher, and he's failing to kick better shots into the post. But that's been another issue. Once Chelsea's winning, that really doesn't matter. But that balance has been brilliant. The balance in attack has also been brilliant. Before, in a lot of the games that Chelsea were playing, the movements were a lot more up. Every time Chelsea would want to push up and go and create a lot more chances, but then they were not controlling the tempo of the game. This time they've done better in terms of tempo control. Now immediately the Chelsea third goal did come in, you knew that the job was done. But then again it goes back to the job of using Raheem Sterling this time. But in the second half, you realize that he's playing more central, captain through to central areas like the third goal. How Conor Gallagher was able to play him through for him to come and play central. So it's been a brilliant game for Chelsea, actually. The job that Conor Gallagher has done from out wide, central areas. I've said several times that Conor Gallagher is a brilliant 10. He's a brilliant 10. I mean, he's not the best technical player. But if you're a coach and you have a mix of aggression, athleticism, and combativeness from a player, and then you add it to somebody that's truly trying to work very hard in terms of the technical side of the game, then you have it in Conor Gallagher. Look at that weighted pass. Very good on the right time. Sterling had timed his run very well. And then, of course, Raheem Sterling, who is on form from that right-hand side, did a job for Chelsea. So now, Chelsea seems to be sport for choice. Sterling comes on, gets the job done. Mihailo Modric comes on, gets the job done. Cole Palmer is dictating the pace of the game from outside. Generally has been good. Moises Caicedo, Enzo Fernandez. It's going to be a different Chelsea since the last international break. In the last international break, Chelsea were in 6s and 7s. This time they are not there. This time they are much more focused. This time, looks as if things are going exactly where they want to go. You can see the principles of play from how Mauricio Pochettino wants to play. But really, the tactical disposition that made this game go the favor of Chelsea is that Raheem Sterling boy. It was brilliant from outright. His 1v1 threat. Raheem Sterling from outright and 1v1 is exactly what you need from him. And that's exactly what has gotten Chelsea the win that they were supposed to get today. Generally, they've been fantastic. Generally, they've been good. Generally, they've been brilliant. So, it has been a very good one. Chelsea possibly will move up into the top half of the table for the very first time since the season began proper. And that's exactly what you want. I think what is left is the control side of the game. How Chelsea can totally control the game. And if you're watching as a fan, you'll not be worried in terms of how possibly the game may go or not. But apart from all of that, things have been brilliant for Mauricio Pochettino, and that is what he wanted from his team. It's the building blocks still, and Chelsea will still want to build on this. So yeah, that's it with me here on Fiifi-Manfred on YouTube. My name again is Fiifi-Manfred. Thank you very much. Before you go, if you're not subscribed, do want to subscribe, turn on the notification button. I'll see you. Bye.